자, 아침밥 먹고 간단히 운동을 좀 하고 왔는데, 밥 먹고 앉아 있는 게 가장 해로운 거랍니다. 최근에 밝혀진 걸로 보면. 그래서 저는 밥 먹고 꼭 나가서 한 10분, 20분 우리 어린이 공원에서 살살 걷기도 하고 몸을 풀어주기도 하고 근육을 단련하기도 그렇게 하는데, 자, 뉴욕타임즈는 토요일 날도 한 보따리가 옵니다. 역시 신문은 아침에 읽어야 되기 때문에 자, 한번 크레이지 리딩으로 한번 읽겠습니다. What Israel owes Gaza. The country is obligated to provide monetary compensation and medical care to suffering civilians. How behavioral economics took hold. Technology and modern data science have only further entrenched behavioral economics. How new motherhood changed me. Maybe that is the best I can do, to be present both at home and in the hospital, in the joy and the loss, to laugh about sweet potato fries, and to love knowing it is all precarious. A home designed with only one door, sliding and pivoting panels bring versatility to an apartment in Switzerland. When they ran out of their option, Mr. C finally decided to take a look and was surprised by what he found. Good energy, good light, nice proportion, said Mr. C 40. There was also a little garden it looked onto, which was super cute. At 59, she's making a splash as the new kid on the block. In Pennsylvania, it was a militant lockdown. Ms. H said, we got to Florida and it was super loose. It was a culture shock after living under a regime of you're not going anywhere. You are not doing anything. Science at the lab. A warning from jellyfish about deep sea undermining. A trove of metal is hiding at the bottom of the ocean. The reality of recycling is fraught. Despite its drawbacks, in the short term it might be the best option we have against our growing waste crisis. The saviors in the climate change battle. It may take a certain leap of faith to believe that we can solve climate change, but humans have overcome the seemingly impossible before. Since the beginning of the century, the number of children around the world dying every year has been cut in half. This progress was in part the result of governments, companies, and non-profit organizations working together to solve the problem, prioritizing innovation in science and policy to bring down the cost of life-saving vaccine that made it possible to protect far more children. Fraud. Immigrant families need urgent help to be reunited. Parents caught in the U.S. system cannot escape the heartbreak of the years they lost with their children. The U.S. Open is testing the luxury market. Entry to courtside shoot could cost $175,000 if lavish upgrade proceed. Bunker shoots are exclusive lounges below plane level. A few of the ideas about how to fix human behavior rest on some pretty shaky science. The field of behavioral economics had shaped policies we encounter every day, but the science behind it is crumbling. How new mother food changed me as a doctor. A silly story about sweet potato fries connected me to a patient's family in a new way. Weekend. Back to Hollywood, ready for more. The director John Woo reflects on why he left, working with Tom Cruise, and what's next for action film. That led to your next film, The Killer, widely influential in action cinema. Did you feel you were making something different? I got total freedom. U.S. passion for avocados is killing Mexico's forest. People come to me, you know what, Mr. Commissioner, I offer you 40,000, 50,000 pesos. Let us work. Advertisers say they have no plans to return to the X. There is no advertising value that would offset the reputational risk. Climate formulas are the better disinformation. Some influential countries and fossil fuel exporters at COP28 spread falsehood. Russian state media framed emission reduction plans as a form of imperialism. After 27 years of meeting, emissions still reach a high. Decades of meeting have yet to result in clear progress, making the role their own. The five first ladies showed their fashion differences were in the subtle detail. A 30-year run to vintage wear. What goes around comes around continued to be a destination shop. Can I wear a hat indoors? Come winter, my extremities are always cold. This isn't really a problem, except for my head. At home, I wear a hoodie or sometimes a wool babushka. But what to do at work or other indoor public places? What is the etiquette of hazard indoors? If you want to test the waters, a beanie is probably the safest bet. Beanie? A 30-year run in vintage wear. Weed or a gun? U.S. requires a choice. Cause here challenges to law banning firearms for marijuana users. The court ruled that gun laws must be consistent with this nation's historical tradition of a firearm regulation. Two campaigns bring toughest political test on abortion. Democrats in Montana and Ohio pin crucial races for Senate on the issue. Were we the fat couple? The shame I felt for years was projected onto others, including those who love me. I would never feel anything but proud to walk into a room with you, he said. Can I skip my father's wedding? He's making a big mistake. I cannot support illegal and immoral behavior that antithetical to my belief, and yet I do not want to walk away. Antithetical. Freed hostages tell of violence and the fear. Horrors of the attack and the captivity have left many badly traumatized. We all must do everything we can to get him and the others out, she said. Israel knew a year ago about Hamas' attack plan. Underpinning all the failures was a single, fatally inaccurate belief that Hamas lacked the capabilities to attack. Instead of glass slippers, jeweled shoes, Scottish ballet update, Cinderella, with several roles gender swapped. While gender flips aren't new in film and the theater, ballet hasn't caught up. John Woo returned to Hollywood. The superhero era also may have changed our relationship to movie stars. Individual stars may not hold as much of the power. A battle for influence in Africa. That Wagner leader has created an opportunity for a Western alternative. An assassination plot and a burning question. Indian official is accused of ordering killing of Sikh in U.S. Why take the risk? India's intelligence services have long been accused of orchestrating killings in the country's immediate neighbors. Getting to know a basketball legend. In this scrupulously researched biography, the best parts are not about basketball at all. Buy the book. Describe your ideal reading experience. When, where, what, and how. I am lucky enough to have a home office with a large window looking over the Charles River in Boston. The heart and the soul of a nation's book culture. The South Korean city of Paju is a publishing hub and the haven. A satellite city of Seoul, South Korea, Paju is small. With a population of around 500,000, the streets are quieter than those of the bustling capital. The air cleaner and the pace of life have a bit slower. 파주가 나왔네. 파주가 사례 나왔어. Embracing joy de vivre in Louisiana. 이게 뭔 소리야? In region often called the Cajun country, a gumbo of culture also offers Creole, Native American, and African tradition. 이야, 기가 막히네. gumbo. 와. The legacy of opera's defining diva. Yeah, she had no real apprenticeship. A publishing mistake reignited a royal scandal. Edition withdrawn quickly. after naming those said to ask about the child's skin color. Chinese see deaths of Kissinger as end of an era. In July, Mr. Kissinger also met with China's defense minister at the time, Li, who had rebuffed multiple requests for meeting with his American counterpart. The saviors in the climate change battle. Rich individuals, companies, and countries must ensure green technologies are affordable for everyone everywhere. A destructive appetite forced burn to support the Mexican avocado industry that's bathed in blood. A flash of an opera career, but an enduring legacy. How the most mystical of singers has resisted drifting entirely into myth. Israel knew of Hamas' plan for attack. Warning was disregarded, with officials concluding militant couldn't put it off. A combination of interest, including criminal gangs, landowners, corrupted local officials, and community leaders, are imbibed in clearing forest for avocado orchard, in some cases illegally seizing privately owned land.